can you drink the water in Mexico? Of course you can. Of course you can, if it comes in something like this. So yes, you can drink bottled water here. You cannot drink water out of the tap. Now I say you can't, and there are people who do, who seem to be okay with it. So it might be a judgment call, but either way, what I've noticed is the locals do not seem to be drinking the water in the tap, and therefore I do not drink it either. What do I do with the tap water? Well, I definitely take a shower, I clean the floors, I wash my dishes. There are people who, after they wash their dishes, they rinse it in drinking water. I do not. The most I will do is I might dry it so that I guess nothing settles on it. But at the end of the day, I don't mind letting it air dry and just, I guess, taking my chances with whatever is on there, because it doesn't seem that big of a deal to me. But I do not brush my teeth with the tap water, and I don't clean any fruits and vegetables with the tap water. I always use my bottled water for anything, to include if I'm going to boil the water, whether it's for coffee, if I'm boiling it for pasta, I'm going to use bottled water. So literally we've only got an on-off. We don't have a hot and cold water for this. Basically, depending on what time of day I'm washing the dishes will determine how hot or cold the water is. So in the early morning, it tends to be very cool, but as the day gets warmer, it gets hotter. That makes me trust the water a lot less. Like in my mind, that's like drinking water that's been left outside for a long time, and I just mentally can't do that. Now we've got both hot and cold water in the shower. So in the shower, I will say we've got hot and cold water. It does take a minute for the water to heat, just like it would anywhere else. But again, I'm not drinking that because I'm not exactly sure how it's maintained. Either way, I don't like that my faucet water does not have a hot and a cold. It makes me trust it a lot less, especially when I see just how affected it is by the temperature. All right, so this guy, these are all my juice. So this guy is freaking heavy. And so what I do so that I'm not constantly like lifting it to pour a glass of water is I have two of these. So I've got one in the fridge with the cold water and one on the table with just a more manageable size so that I can drink my water. And then I always have two. So when these are both empty, I will get two new ones to replace it. When we go out to restaurants, it seems like if I ask for water, they only give me bottled water. Again, that's just here in Merida. I can't speak for the rest of the country. Mexico's a pretty big place, so I'm sure there are places where they give you a glass of water. I will see them get the water out of a large water jug to give to me. Same for the ice. The ice is normally purchased in the stores, and you can see that in the restaurants as well. They're all the same kind of shaped ice cubes, so you know that they were, again, all purchased from the same place. Nobody's just making it out of the tap water. And of course, if the locals do not want to drink the tap water, that means the restaurants are going to cater to that, and they're not going to risk upsetting their patrons. The first 2 weeks that we were in Merida, we went out to eat every single meal, which is for us only twice a day, but nonetheless, twice a day we would go out to eat, and whatever they cooked it with is what they cooked with. I can't guarantee that their pasta was made with filtered water or not, and honestly, I don't care. At the end of the day, Alex and I did not get sick. We've been here now 5 months, and Alex has gotten sick one time. Probably about a month into the visit is when he got sick. Again, it was like a 12-hour bug, not even a full 24 hours. That's the only sickness we've had here in Merida so far. And honestly, I think not being paranoid about things is helpful. But again, we don't directly drink or boil or use the tap water for anything that we ingest.
I threw up.
Alex threw up during his 12 hours. So I've had people freak out about the water situation, and I just want to say, this is not my first time living someplace where I couldn't drink the tap water. So one, I just came from Jacksonville, Florida, and while generally speaking, you can drink the water in Jacksonville, in my apartment, the water tasted awful. And when I looked up, I forget the website, to see the cleanliness of my water, just in my particular area, apartment even, the water cleanliness level was crazy low. So again, in the US, in Florida, I do not drink tap water. When I lived in Italy, we did not drink the tap water. We also had bottled water. So again, for 2 years I was there, never drank the tap water. I did, however, brush my teeth with the tap water because it didn't seem like a big deal at the time. So, you know, and a lot of people here also brush their teeth with the tap water. They just don't drink it afterwards. I just think having a little boy, Alex is much more likely to drink it, so I try to encourage him not to by not even chancing it. My first duty station, my first real duty station, which was Diego Garcia, also, you didn't drink the tap water. When we lived in California, Antioch, California, this is back in the day. I don't know the condition right now in Antioch anymore, but at the time, for drinking water, we only drank bottled water. I recall that one of my jobs, as well as my brother's job, was to go to the store and pick up these gigantic, I don't know if it was quite this big, but either way, we had to go get the water every once in a while because we didn't drink tap water. We did boil the tap water and cook with it. I remember that in particular. We also brushed our teeth with the tap water, but we just didn't drink the tap water in Antioch, California. There are a lot of places in Europe, I think Romania, Ukraine, we didn't drink the water, Djibouti, Kenya, like there's just so many places around the world where drinking the water is not recommended. So that's it. I'm curious if there are places that you have lived where you were not able to drink the water, but as a traveler, as someone who's traveled literally all my life, I've just lived in places where drinking the water was not recommended and it's just not that big of a deal.